On today's episode,
we talk about the state of the UFC.
Why brown belts quit.
Turn off the lights. I gotta take a shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the pod. My name is Kenny. I'm here with Matt. It is episode 68, and it's January.
It's January. We had a power outage. We were at a little house in the prairie over here for like 3 days, 45 hours. No power, Kenny. Just out here shitting in the dark.
And you have solar and battery bank, right?
Yeah, but you know, your boy's cheap. And I didn't pay for the extra backup batteries. I just wanted a lower AC bill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was like another 10 G's for more batteries. And I was like, nah, come on. What are the odds?
See, Nate says that he has the battery capacity. He just doesn't have the switch that cuts him off of the grid.
I just wish I didn't have I'm thankful it wasn't summer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
But we were
yeah, but cold at night, you know, with baby and all that. That's rough too.
Bro, you have a baby, no sound machine? Wild times, dude. I'm shitting in the dark, dude. I'm freaking now I'm just subconsciously turning on the light on my phone and I don't even need it anymore because we have the power back. It was crazy.
So for those of you that are unaware, if you listen on the other side of the world, California has been on fire the last week. LA.
You're thinking maybe Matt had a lasso seminar and you know, out in the Palisades. I did not. Yeah. That's not why the fire started.
No.
It's started from bad government.
Over 15,000 acres of LA have been burned down, which is bigger than the size of Manhattan. If that's an indication of how large this fire is, and it is wiped out. And though we're not close to LA, we're not far either. We're about 2 hours, but because of that, there is fire scares. So any of the high winds and whatnot, they've cut power off in certain areas, and Matt happened to be in one of those areas. So almost 2 full days without power.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, you know what I didn't like, Kenny? I didn't like how Edison was being geographically, I don't know the word, but they were just prejudice. There it is. That's the word. Because I have relatives that are 5 minutes down the road, and they're literally had a mountain next to them who caught fire twice, and they never lost power. My little neighborhood never done anything to nobody. They just shut us off. Like we were like, you know what's cool about? We didn't lose water, but the water heater runs off electricity.
Mm-hmm.
So we were taking cold showers. It was, you know, I was ice bathing. You guys just didn't get it on video.
It's rough. But you're back in the game. We were actually concerned that because there was reports at one point that you weren't going to have power till next weekend. Next
Thursday or something.
Yeah. So there was an opportunity, or there was a chance that Matt might not have even had enough power to record. No internet, no laptop.
Someone's like, just
nothing.
put it on a generator. I'm like, just fuck my fridge. Hey, Matt, fuck your fridge. Yeah. Go outside, hook the laptop up to a generator, and just hey, Kenny, what's up, guy? I love this podcast, and I love everybody who listens, but I don't love you that much. Okay.
So we got some topics to talk about. Matt wrote some down here in our little shared chat.
Yeah.
So let's discuss some shit in the dark, sir.
Well, I took some shits in the dark. That's what I was just talking about. That's different. It's different shit in the dark. There's nothing I can say. It's like you can't even like escape from your family because they follow the light like little bugs. You know what I mean? So I'm like on my little phone, like, man, I'm like, hey guys, your boy was pooping in the dark. So we just talked about that. But what else did I put on?
And there's a difference too between like waking up in the middle of the night when it's dark and not turning a light on and going to take a shit, and then the fact that you can't turn a light on because there is no light to turn on and having to take a shit. Exactly. All of a sudden, there's shit in the way that wasn't supposed to be there. You're kicking things that you're not supposed to be kicking. You're trying not to make any noise.
Garage door's broken now, so I got to get a repair guy out here. When the power came back on, the alarm went off. Freaking heater turned on. Everything just went ape shit. Fuck, chaos broke out over here.
It's funny. We have a bunch of like smart bulbs and stuff like that in our house, and like LED stuff and all that. And when we have a power outage, everything turns on. like whether you had the light on or not. So we'll come home and we'll be like, why are all the fucking lights on? We're like, oh, must have been like a short power outage or something.
Yeah, Kenny's got a real romantic house. He'd be like, set the mood. It's like, dims the lights dim. Like, holy shit, dude, Kenny's about to fuck me. When I first met him, that's why. That's what I was like, what's going on over here? He's all, set the mood. It's all dims. The lights all dim. I'm like, oh shit. I got surgery in 2 days. It's a 12:30 surgery, which really sucks. That means I have to fast from like midnight all the way through 12:30. So a good freaking long fast before my surgery.
And that's because they're putting you under?
What's that?
Is that because they're putting you under?
Oh yeah, I'm going down. Your boy's going down. I gotta what I'm worried about is surgery dick. No. Surgery dick. Now, if anybody who's had a knee injury, they put this big ass brace on you and it goes up to like the top of your thigh. And it doesn't really affect your dick, but what it does is your bag sits on top of the brace. So it smushes everything up. So you look like one of them old Roman statues with the little leaf. So your fucking shit's all pressed up, all small. So you're just walking around with this pathetic looking root. And to me, that's what I'm not looking forward to, because, you know, I don't have the gifts to just like look big when everything's compressed up, like pushed up to the top like that. You know what I mean? Like, don't put my shit on a platter. You know what I mean? Like and I remember I have to have that for 6 weeks, to sit with freaking, we've talked about, I think, who did we talk about comp dick with?
Yep. That was,
I don't remember who that was. Was that
that was not a Levo.
The Mantis, Travis Stevens. The Mantis, right? Travis the Mantis. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, no. So there's comp dick. I'm gonna have surgery dick, and that's because my shit's gonna be sitting right up on top of that bag. And if you ever get a catheter, you ever had one of those, Kenny?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. My last knee surgery, I got a cath because they found a lot more shit wrong than they thought there was gonna be, which I'm dreading that might happen this time. So I was in surgery for 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So when you come out, I was like, we put a cath in you, and they took it out. I'm like, oh wow, that was weird. So the first time you take a piss after a catheter, knives, dude. Knives.
Oh yeah.
Knives. I remember just like pinching, letting go, pinching, letting go.
I remember when I broke my hip and I was in the hospital, they put a catheter.
What are you, 77?
No, I got in a car accident.
Okay. What are you, 77 years old, broke your hip?
Yeah. I broke my pelvis in 3 places. So I was in the hospital for 5 days, and they had a catheter in me. And I remember them telling me that they were going to put one in me. And that this is like right after the ambulance, right when I got to the hospital, and I'm like in excruciating pain, and I'm passing out from being in so much pain, like going in and out, you know? And when I woke up and they told me that they were going to do it, I remember like pleading with the nurse. I was like, no, it works fine. I'll pee. Like, I'll let you know. I'm not going to pee the bed. Like, you can give me something to pee in, like a little tube or something like that. And I'm like, please, please, please. I'm like begging her not to put this catheter tube. I'd never had one at that point, but I heard nightmares about how bad it sucked. And then she's like, I'm sorry, honey, we have to do it. Da, 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 da. And then I had it for 5 days, and like, I didn't think about it, you know? And then after 5 days, they're like, yeah, we're going to pull this out. It's not going to be comfortable when we do. It's not a small tube, you know what I mean? Like, I have this large flexible rubber tube down your fucking pee hole.
It looks small on you though. No.
But then then they're like, yeah, so you're gonna have to pee before you leave the hospital. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no problem. Again, not thinking that I had pulled the catheter out because I didn't have to pee right afterwards. And then I remember them saying like, okay, just let us know when you got to pee because, you know, we'll get you something to pee in. I'm like, okay. And I just remember thinking like, oh my, did nobody prepare me for this? Could I get a heads up about how fucking miserable this is going to be?
Oh, it's the worst. I remember I'd have my legs straight. I'd be leaning my head against the wall. And I'd be trying, It's
like pissing little razor blades.
You can't piss on my back. I can't. I don't know what kind of fetish you guys are into, but I can't do that. Like, I have to stand up to piss.
Okay.
Like, my body, it's like a mental block where I'm like, here's a little urinal thing. Just a little cup, a little spout. You just go ahead and pee in that. I'm like, I'd be laying on my back like, it's not coming out, guys.
Yeah, not going to happen.
So I have to stand up every time. Oh, man. So these are the things I'm worried about. Those are the fears I have going into Monday.
And they said it's a 6 week recovery, 8 week recovery.
6 weeks, no weight on my leg.
Okay.
So I'll be crutches for 6 weeks. And then I can start some rehab. So I probably won't be back to training or teaching till maybe June.
Oh, wow.
Which sucks, dude.
Yeah.
That sucks. Like knowing that Wednesday, like Church's Shark Tank was my last role.
Was it a little emotional knowing that?
No. I know I'm going to do jiu-jitsu forever.
You've had so many surgeries at this point.
I mean, like it's just like, I was so ready. I'm like so ready for this leg to be chopped off. Like it's freaking, your boy's over here. I'm going through it right now. I'm hurting so bad, but, yeah, man, the fears you get, like of surgery, I guess, putting down. I don't even like to go to sleep, let alone getting put to sleep.
Right.
I remember last time I was in anesthesia and the guy was like, "You're right, just start thinking of something happy." And I'm like awake, and then the guy's all injecting into my arm. I can feel my venous starting to burn. I'm like, "Ow, it's fucking burning." He's all, "Yeah, you're supposed to be asleep right now." And I'm like, that's the last thing I fucking remember, because I tried to fight it. I'm like, I'm gonna see if I can fight this shit. No one's putting me out, dude. I'm a fucking black belt, goddammit. I'm fighting this anesthesia. And I tried to fight it and was like, and I'll try to fight it again. I'm gonna see if I can fight it.
Dude,
because I feel like it's kind of like Chipotle. If you go to Chipotle and say, "I'll take meat," and then you go, "Oh, can I have a little more?" If you say double meat, they're not going to give you double meat. They're going to give you one section of meat worth of double meat.
Right.
But if you say, "Can I have chicken?" and they put chicken in my, "Can you add a little more?" They'll put a little more. They don't charge you for double meat, and they actually give you more than you would actually get if you just asked for double meat. So I kind of feel like that's the hack for anesthesia too. Mm-hmm. If you try to fight it and they're like, "Oh, this guy's not going out," they give you more, and then, okay, now I'm really asleep. Now I have to wake me up while you're cutting.
Yeah, the Chipotle hack for sure, even if you ask for double meat, is got to be, you got to get the first scoop first. You got to let them set the precedent.
Yeah, and then say, "Oh, double meat."
Yeah, so now you can't skip me a half a spoonful after that point. No, motherfucker, I saw what you put on there last time, and it's paid for twice that.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. I never want Chipotle though.
No. Dude, there was a period in my life where I was Chipotle probably 5 to 6 days a week.
That explains a lot. That explains a lot, dude.
This is mid 2000s. This is when Chipotle didn't completely fucking blow, but
that's jumping fences and shitting on trees. Like that explains a lot. That guy.
Now you know that guy.
Now I know that guy. I'm starting to get to know that guy.
Yeah.
Hair.
Yeah. I understand the
rides
urgency
Harleys, now. Jumps fences, shits on bark.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to shit on a tree.
We got
someone's
UFC,
front yard.
UFC is back, Kenny.
I know. Tonight.
Mackenzie Dern. Is Mackenzie Dern ever going to fight as good as she does weighs in? That's what I want to fucking know. Because this girl's got great jiu-jitsu.
Right.
And like put it together. And she throws hands too. Like
But I feel like everything with her is an overhand.
Yeah, she just flings them, dude.
Yeah. She's swinging for the fences every time. She has no real boxing.
Yeah, I feel like she's got like a little bit of a cook your bunny rabbit in her too. You know what I mean? Like she's a little, like she fucking,
yeah.
She'll key your fuck out of your car. I feel like. So I mean, I've always been a fan. I think every man is. Just would love to see her win, because these most of the champions in the women's division are fighting fires in LA. You know what I mean? Like they're like not like can we get some cute can we get some cute girls as a title holders here so we could build the women's division and make it worth watching? That's sexist. That came out way how I did not want it to come out. That came out how it came out, I guess. But like I'm just saying, like I love women's fighting, but some of the fights are just so brutal to watch.
I haven't seen a good women's fight in a while. I think the last one where I was like really wowed was probably the Rose Namajunas and then Weili Zhang, the first fight.
There's like 4 or 5 girls in MMA. I'm like, okay, I want to watch these guys fight.
Yeah.
Girls fight. But there's, that boxing match in Jake Paul undercard was sick ass fight. Those bitches,
yeah, I didn't watch it, but I heard it was good.
Those ladies were throwing hands.
Yeah.
So that was a great fight, but I just, I don't know what it's going to take and I don't like really watching 135-pound dudes fight either.
Yeah.
I mean, so let's just call it what it is. What sex aside, I don't like watching smaller people throw hands. It doesn't do nothing for me, really.
Well, I think a lot of that too. There's exceptions to that rule. I loved watching Mighty Mouse just because he was so technically sound that you knew you were going to see something phenomenal, you know?
Right.
But I feel like with the smaller guys, because they are smaller, there really isn't that knockout power there. So it's like if they aren't technically flawless, then it just ends up being this like boring kind of like match where two dudes pepper each other for 5 rounds and then it's over. And it's like,
right.
I don't need to watch another decision.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm wrong because when Sugar Sean fights, I'm excited.
Yeah, but he's 155.
There's some guys.
And he's also 5'11".
You're right. You're making a lot of sense here. You're right. You know, I liked, Moreno. Figueroa, Moreno, those were good fights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they got to get smaller refs when the little guys fight.
So
Because
it doesn't dwarf them.
like, when the refs, like, you know, when Dan Miragliotta is just like, dude, are you ready? Are you ready? Like that to me, I'm just like, it just throws off the whole visual for me.
It looks like you're going to have the ref, which is the normal sized man. And then the other two guys are going to jump on each other's shoulders and throw like a fucking trench coat on and fight like an 80s cartoon.
Like the fucking, the Little Rascals movie when they bought that little piece of wood.
Yeah.
Oh man. A lot of people are, my analogies, some people are calling me off for my analogies. Hey, I can't help it. This is how I was born. Okay. I'm an idiot. We're not denying that here. Okay. So I'm sorry if I say some off the cuff stuff, but you know, this is what got me to the dance. So this is who I am.
Got to embrace that shit. Yeah. So, fights are back. It's nice. I mean, I felt like kind of a long break for the UFC. And
I feel like a needed break though.
Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like normally that first card where they come back is typically like stacked and like, oh shit.
It's kind of a shit card.
Yeah. I'm not super excited about anybody on this card particular.
Maybe because it's playoff football weekend, they didn't really want to, or maybe that's just the way the contracts and stuff leaked out. What fights are you looking for this year that are you excited about? Strickland Duplessis. I kind of want to see that.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see. They're saying that it's going to be for sure a Jones.
Aspinall.
Yes,
Aspinall.
So,
and you're saying that's for sure. I mean,
Dana's saying that is the fight to make. That's the one. Like basically, Dana's saying I will make sure that John is paid well enough to take this fight. He paid so well he can't say no.
I'm gonna put you on the hot street right now. Does Hamzat win gold in 2025?
A belt?
Yes. Does Hamzat Chimaev win UFC
I think so.
gold this year?
I think so. I feel like the division is cleared out enough, and he's grown enough as a fighter to make that happen. I could see that happening.
You think he does take the 85?
Yeah,
it's 85, right?
Yeah, I think if he avoids injury, he can make that happen.
So I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not Bo Nickel, not yet.
No. I think Bo's last fight kind of showed us that he's got some.
Who you know what I'd like to see Bo Nickel fight next? I'd like to see him fight somebody like, let's try to think who. I'd like to see him fight somebody like a. Kamaru Usman would be a good fight for him. Gilbert Burns would be a good fight.
Yeah.
Some of those guys, like I don't think they're ever going to win a belt again, but they're still that name. Kobe Covington would be a good fight for Bo Nickel.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Kobe Covington might be the best fight. American wrestler versus American wrestler.
Yeah. A veteran name that
a real nice guy versus a fake ass nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That might be the one, actually. That might be the fight I want. That's the one I want. I want Bo Nickel versus
Colby.
Because Kobe lost again, right?
Yeah. Who's the head of that division right now? Is that
the champion
Bilal?
is Duplessis one.
Oh yeah, champion. Yeah. Bilal's the below that.
Bilal's a 70, yeah. God, Bilal Muhammad is good though. He's gonna take you down and make it real boring.
Yeah, I would say he's a boring fight to watch, man.
He is not a fun fight to watch, but it doesn't matter.
Do you think he holds on to it?
Always fun.
Here, let's do a little game. Let's pull up current UFC champions. And then let's call if we think they're going to stay champ this year or they're going to lose it.
Okay.
Fly rate, Pantoja. He keeping it this year or he losing it?
I think he will keep it.
I feel like the flyweight division, they flip a lot.
They do, but he's so good on the back.
Marab, 135.
I don't see him losing it.
No?
No.
Ilya.
His tank is too good. Ilya Taporia, I do see losing it. Because he sits in the pocket and bangs. It only takes one.
Yeah. Islam Makhachev. I don't think that's going anywhere.
I hope it does because I feel he feels very arrogant for me.
Yeah.
I don't want him to win, but like he is very, very good.
Well, he's 26-1.
Probably not though. Probably not. You're right. Probably not.
Bilal,
I think could lose.
I think Bilal could lose.
I think if it's a close decision, they're gonna make him lose it.
Yeah. They want somebody a little more dynamic in there as far as personality is concerned. Duplessis
will lose it.
Do you think he loses it to Sean?
In Australia? I hope not, but he could.
Bejeda?
I think Bejeda is going to give. I think he ends up giving up his belt this year. Yep, and like winning one more, vacating it because he knows that wrestler's coming up, he doesn't want to fight, and is going for like super fights with like Jones and looking for stuff like that. I think he gives up his belt this year.
And then last but not least, Jones.
John Jones will retire.
Yep, I think
as
John
heavyweight champion, and that's it. I think everybody thinks Aspinall is going to get him, and I do think Aspinall is very, very good. I think Aspinall is very good on the ground. He's very well rounded. He's more explosive. He's faster. He might be a little stronger, and he probably wins round 1, and he might even win round 2. But then round 3 is going to happen. He's also going to get a little eye poke. He's going to get a little leg kick. He's going to get taken down. He's going to get laid on, and in round 4 and 5, Jones is just a real problem at those rounds.
Yeah.
Like I think once Jones will get you to blow up, he gets you breathing, he gets you looking at different stuff and looking at different looks that you're not used to looking at. And while you're doing that, and he's throwing different counters and awkward strikes and spinning elbows and kicking your leg, you're breathing different because it's uncommon sparring that you don't really see in the traditional sparring. And he drains your tank. So I think that late in the rounds, I think is when Jones gets it and he gets out of there and he leaves his gloves in the thing. And he goes on to the party and, do illegal stuff.
I think that would be a good opponent to walk away on. You know what I mean? That's the only guy in the heavyweight division that really anybody thinks is like an actual threat to him. So you put that to bed. I've beat everybody that you guys have thrown my way. I've cleared out the light heavyweight division multiple times. I haven't lost a fight since I was 23. Like, what else do you guys need from me?
He's only lost like 3 rounds.
Yeah, I'm the greatest. I'm out.
Even if he loses, he's still the greatest.
Yeah,
in my mind. I mean, it's him or GSP, and GSP's got L's.
Right.
To me, those are the 2 that you would say are the GOAT MMA guys. So yeah, I agree. I think Jones keeps. Oh, what do you think about brown belts quitting? I know a lot of brown belts who just hung it up and never came back.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like just got their brown and quit, or got their brown, trained for a little while longer. And
trained for a little while and quit. There's I see a lot of stagnant brown belts.
Is it a tough belt, like mentally tough, because you're on the cusp of black, but a black isn't something they're just going to hand to you with 2 years? You know what I mean?
I think you can either be like I was and just be on a mission for your black once you get brown. Like, this is the gas that I needed. Or some guys get the brown and they're just like, I don't know if they're scared of the black or they're whatever it is, but like they just kind of lose focus. Like I've said, like, oh, that's the engagement belt, and like life starts happening, or, you know, I don't know what it is, but like a lot of guys hang it up at brown belt. And that's fine. You're a very good grappler at brown belt. Like,
right.
I mean, you don't need that piece of fabric. And I think the guys that do quit should quit because, you know, to be a black, it means you want to like teach and you want that professor bar and you want to like, it's a different thing. So like, if you want to stay selfish and just be, that motherfucker of your own, then maybe quit at brown. But when you accept the black belt, that means like you want to like extend your jiu-jitsu career. I think everybody who takes the black belt has plans in
doing this for as long as they physically can.
Doing this for a long time, teaching somewhere, showing it to their kids, you know, they use it. There's other money into it, right? Or there's other reasons why they want it. I think if you quit at brown, you're just like, okay, because there's not a lot difference from a new black belt and a brown belt. They're pretty close. You know what I mean? Like,
do you think that so the browns that have left, are they typically older in age? And the reason I ask that, because I feel like black belt has two paths. If you're a young black belt, you're probably going the competitive path. And if you're an older black belt, that competitive ship has probably sailed already.
Right.
So you're going to go the professor path.
Most black belts brown belts that I've seen quit are, they're older. Yeah, they're older kids and stuff. Yeah. So it's like I was like, dude, man, why would you quit here?
Right.
Why would you quit? Like, why are you missing class now?
Yeah, you're at the finish line, dude.
Holy crap.
You're on the last lap.
I seen guys blitz through blue, purple, just never miss a class. They're every day. Now they got their brown, and I'm like, where's so-and-so? Oh, right. This, oh, that. I'm like, dang, what? Okay. Like, that was not me. As soon as I got my brown, I was like, oh my gosh. I just... white flag, dude, final lap. You know what I mean? Like, right. It's time to, like, I'm here. Like, that was like, but I mean, that's especially because, and one of our questions later just kind of goes into that. I'm so focused. My goals are so high. I'm always thinking like shooting way too high. And I think that's a good thing, but it could also be a detriment. I'm always looking for like, so like once I get class, like 5-year white belt. So once I got to brown belt, I was like, holy crap. Like this is it. Like, and then as soon as I got it, I didn't even enjoy it. I wanted more stripes on my black belt.
Right. Right. I mean, yeah, you were a 1-stripe black belt bitching about wanting the second stripe.
Yeah. I didn't like it.
And then you got the second stripe and you're like, I want 3.
Yeah. It doesn't look cool either. 4 looks cool.
4 looks good.
4 looks cool. 4 looks really cool.
4 looks good. And then when you see someone with 5, you're like, God damn.
Yeah.
Who's that motherfucker?
That's what I'm going to, when I get 4, I'm like, dude, see, it's not as cool as 5 though.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be.
We got some questions. Wendy Williams Studio asks, what is the most unhealthy habit you have?
And here it is.
I feel like this is a personal attack.
I feel like this is your wife, dude. Go ahead. Tell me. She's waiting for you to say the right thing. Go ahead.
I know. You know, it's funny as you sent me this question, I started thinking about it and I'm like, fuck, I don't know, bro. The most unhealthy habit that I have.
Gas station shits.
No, I don't drink nearly enough water, which means I'm consuming the liquids of some sort. You know what I mean? It just ain't water. So basically everything that I drink that's not water is probably my worst habit. Because it's mostly not water. It's mostly everything else.
I would say diet is probably a bad thing of mine too. But my most unhealthy habit is, again, I set my goals so high. And by setting my goals so high and like chasing whatever I'm chasing, sometimes I don't live in the moment and realize how good things are now.
Yeah.
I think that's, you know, I want this, I want that, I want to make this, I want to make that. I'm trying to, you know, but I don't realize that, like, you know, when they say like, I wish someone would told me the good old days when we were in the good old days, like, right. This could be the good old days.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I don't like, Kenny, remember when we first started and we were just doing this and we are just grinding and like, I mean, really, really hunting. But no, we want to be this said podcast up here already. Right. When we're like, right, this could be the guild. This is fun. We're just getting after it. You know what I mean? Like,
I think there's definitely,
sometimes you're blue.
I think there's definitely nothing wrong with always shooting for the stars and setting your goals high. But I do think that it is important to stop ever so often and kind of relax and look at what you've accomplished, appreciate it, give it that moment, and then get back on plan. You know what I mean? Because I think some people do what you do, and I think some people do the opposite.
Yeah.
And instead of they live too much in the moment, and they don't set any goals, so they end up stagnant.
Sometimes your journey as a 3-stripe blue belt, that's the best times in your jiu-jitsu life, because you're winning and you're losing, mm-hmm. and you're gassed and you're puking and you're getting phone numbers and you're just right in the fight. And sometimes that's the best time. When you get the black belt, now you're teaching and you're representing the gym. You're not just somebody who's just a savage. So like that's, right. Sometimes your goals, now when I only had 10,000 followers, I could throw out a crazy meme. You know what I mean? That's what brought me to the dance, the vulgar stuff, right? I'd throw out some crazy meme. Now I'm like, I can't throw that one out. There's a lot of eyeballs on me now.
Well,
like
that you've been shadow banned twice. You know what I mean? So you know the consequences of it.
I've even told you, this is what I would send. Now I have some in my group chat. I was like, this is something I would send. I can't send now. They're like, do it. I was like, nope.
Yeah. Occasionally we get some behind the scenes memes that are just like, oh, that's so good, but he just can't.
Yeah. Like the Gordon Ryan one.
Yeah. But I think that there comes a time where you'll hit a cusp where you'll be able to do that again. You'll be so big you can't be canceled. You know what I mean?
I feel like Craig Jones is there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like he's already shown that it can be done. You know what I mean? I'd say another couple years you're going to be the uncancelable jiu-jitsu guy.
And then, Zuckerberg coming out with this thing saying that, free speech and fact checking is going away. That was like such beautiful things to hear. I was like, oh, hell yeah. Let's take these shackles off, dude. Because I got some stuff I got to say. I'm tired of putting beeps and, every time I say ass in my damn memes.
Next question we got here. This is from Splatter Saint. It's a Checkmate Murrieta guy. Says, no question. Respect to Miguel and his family. He was a great guy with a wicked lapel game.
Self-made choke, dude. Miguel had his own choke that he would just choke you when you're in closed guard. And some people say, you can't choke somebody from inside when they're in your closed guard. Like, why are you trying to attack someone? He'd be in your guard and choke you. And you're like, that is not fundamentally sound. Every black belt, like, you don't even try to choke somebody when you're in their guard. Mm-hmm. It's stupid. Just pass the guard, open it and pass it. But this man would just do it, and he won world championships doing it.
Right.
And we started calling it the self-made choke. And yeah, man. So don't say that that's just kind of how Miguel was. Don't tell him that you can't do something that way.
Right.
Because he's going to do it anyways and do it better than you. And yeah, he's dearly missed for the team, and I'm sure even more dearly missed for his family. Rest in peace. That's horrible news, man. We're still recovering from that.
Yeah, it's a rough one. We've got another question here. This is from SBG _Gordino _Gostoso.
Did he really need that many underscores?
No.
Was that name taken? You know what I mean? Like, was that name taken, bro? Or you just like, what if you get logged out of your account? How are you going to remember that? Like when you try to log into another thing, like, come on, dude.
Would you rather choke, leg lock, or arm bar? So instead of fuck, marry, kill, it's choke, leg lock, arm bar. Andre Galval, Gordon Ryan, Dean Lister.
I would want to leg lock Gordon Ryan because I think that's a good feather in your cap if you can beat Gordon Ryan with his own stuff. Right? Choke Galval. What was the other one?
Lister.
And what was the armbar? Armbar Dean. Because he got a bad arm. PGF. He was up here like this. You know, it's to be easy money. It's different.
I'm going to
tell me that. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm going a different route. I would rather choke Gordon because I know that Nicky Rod had that foot lock on him and just broke his foot, and Gordon won't tap. So you're not going to get a tap out of Gordon if you leg lock it. He's just going to let you shred his leg. You're going to have to put him out.
Can I sit in a chair and watch?
That's his job.
Okay.
So I want to choke Gordon. I want to armbar Galval just because he's got massive arms. And I think it would be an honor to be able to leg lock Dean Lister, the man who started the leg lock revolution.
I get that, you know, and let's put a disclaimer here. We're not doing any of
this.
No. Let's put that there right now. Yeah. We're not. There's not an armbar is not happening to Dean. And I am definitely not leg locking Gordon Ryan, and I am not choking out Andre Galval. There's just things that there's levels, you know. I would not happen, but that's what I would choose.
So we had a guy hit us up, and he sent in a question that said, "Do bigger athletes progress faster through ranks because they have the ability to enforce their will on opponents?" Example, Josh Saunders.
I don't think so. I don't think just because you're big and you're beating up little guys in the gym, that gives you your belt faster. I think gold medals in big tournaments is the only way you can get your belt faster. I think a coach will know if you're a big blue belt and you're beating up a small purple belt in the gym.
Right.
I look at that and I go, well, you're way bigger than that small purple belt. I put, even though I'm the bigger guy most of the time, I put size in the factor of like, even if you're beating a higher belt that's really small, I put that into a factor that like he's bigger. Mm-hmm. So that's why. I've said before, and I've made big guys mad by saying this, it's harder to get your black belt as a smaller athlete. I literally had guys coming at me mad. Oh, you think I didn't earn this? It's not as hard for me? I don't. And I got a black belt. It was easier for me because I could stall and I could be heavy and I could be big and I could like rest. Little guys get smashed every day and they have no choice but to get smashed. Right. I can choose, if they're under 200 pounds, I'm going to pull guard. If they're over 200, I'm going to stand. Little guy has no choice. He's like, I'm pulling guard.
So you're saying it's not faster, but it can be easier.
It's easier for a bigger guy to do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I think. I'm just trying to be devil's advocate here for a little guy. I think it's harder. A little guy gets smashed. That's why big guys don't have cauliflower ear.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a little guy is going to have back injuries, neck injuries, getting smashed, pain. And I'm not discrediting the heavyweight black belt because it's hard. It was hard for me to get mine. All the surgeries and all the pain, like it's hard. It's a hard sport, period, for everybody. But it's a little harder for smaller males.
Right.
Smaller women, look at that. Smaller women, they have it hard too, but I would say, again, the comp athletes, they get after it, but like women who only train in the gym, I feel like they're getting there every 2 years. Just consistency, you know what I mean?
Right.
I make people mad for this one. But yeah, no, I think it's harder. I think it's harder for a small athlete to get his belt than it is for a bigger athlete who can just stall and survive. But I don't think it's easier because I think a good instructor from a good academy he knows that you're going against a bigger guy.
Red Wire Gear asks, "Are y'all safe from the fires?" Kind of talked about that a little bit earlier. Yes, we're far enough away to where it's not directly affecting us, but we are close enough to where it can indirectly affect us, i.e. Matt's power being out. But also, when you have big fires like these, because it brings attention, it leads to copycats. And it was Wednesday night, there was a fire here in Temecula. Fortunately, it was put out relatively quickly. But I do see, if they don't get this under wraps, it could start to, just kind of spread because people are fucking weird and have mental issues and will go do shit like that. So
it is kind of wild that now that the elitists of society are being affected.
Right.
Well, we're going to shut the power off now. When it was just us, when Elsinore catches fire every other year, no one's shutting the power.
Right.
No one cares. You know what I mean? It's like, just the poor people. But like when the elitists are losing their homes, like, oh no, we got to, I think that's come crap. But I mean, status is status, that's just the way world is. So aim your goals high and try to climb the ladder and be great, I guess.
This is our last question. It's not it's more of a long thought than a question. So there, can be some discussion around this, but
like a Jerry Springer shit. Final thought. Cool.
He says,
Kenny's final thought.
I'm a blue belt ultra heavyweight. I was at an open mat that I attended regularly, and a guy who trains at that gym asked to roll. No, I asked a guy who trains at that gym to roll. He says in a shitty way, sure, I'll let you spaz out for a few minutes. So I started from sitting. I swept him. I crushed him slowly and intentionally for the whole round. He's also a blue belt, roughly 200 pounds. I'm not known for spazzing at all, and I make it a point to take care of my rolling partner. What would you have all done?
Calling somebody a spaz, especially a darker color belt, is like using a hard R in jiu-jitsu.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I would probably have done the same thing. I probably would not have pulled guard, though. I probably would have just took him down. But that is something I did with smaller guys. Pull guard, sweep them, then beat them. That's something I've said before, but...
And that's the thing, too, is the guy he's talking about isn't a small guy either. I mean, 200 pounds, so, same belt color. They're both blue belts. And this guy's maybe like, let's say he's 30 to 40 pounds lighter. The guy.
There's something you need to know when you're training. There are haters in your team that are just against you. There are haters in our own gyms that probably don't like that I have this podcast and you have this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
There are, you know what I mean? There are people, you're going to have people like, they may see you as their bunny rabbit, but like in a different way, like I don't want to be, you know what I mean? Like, which you're just going to have to, that's just life. There's people at work you don't like. There's going to be people at jiu-jitsu that don't like you. There's people you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way it goes. If you don't have one now, you will have one eventually. So I would have done the same thing. I would have just said, all right, I'm not a spaz, but I'm just going to beat you anyways. And then you're going to sub him with a head arm triangle because you're a big guy. And he's going to look at you after you taps and go, was more of a crank. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
You still
take
tapped.
A walk.
Yeah. Yeah. You've talked about this before too, in the past, where just the whole, if you weren't so big, you wouldn't have got me down, kind of a thing or whatnot. Where you said, well, fine, I'll sit to guard, or I'll get you down to guard, and then I'll sweep you, and then there's no question whether I ended up on top.
Yep, that's what you got to do as a big guy. You got to start from a nerfed position and then prove your point. That your technique, the only way you're going to prove your technique as a big guy is if you show something technical. And the best way to show something technical is to start on your ass cheeks and freaking work your way up and then take them down, because they give them the high ground. Mm-hmm. And then you end up being on the high ground. That's the only way.
Yeah. I gave you an advantage and I took it back.
Yep.
That's it, brother.
You think what I'm thinking?
Aim for the bushes, my man.
Aim for the bushes. Episode 68 is done. My name is Matt. This is Kenny at Freak Party BJJ. Follow me at Oast Nation BJJ. Follow us on YouTube. 1,100 subs. I tried to get in the ice bath. I did.
Matt was going to come out today and do it. My ice bath isn't set up right now.
So, hey, it will happen in a couple weeks. Follow us on the Discord. Follow us on TikTok for a couple of days. I guess TikTok's getting taken down on the 19th. That's what I said. It don't fucking matter to me. I only got like 200 something followers on there. So
right.
Follow me for a couple of days on there. And then, Facebook, all like everywhere. We're coming everywhere. Dude.
Watch you blow up on TikTok on the 18th.
Bro, could you imagine?
and then just gone.
That would be crazy, guys. You guys all follow me on TikTok on the last day. The 18th. Don't follow me on the 17th. Follow me on the 18th, and then it gets shut down on the 19th. But yeah, anything going on? Super Cup next weekend.
No.
That's big.
Super Cup actually sent out a text message that my wife got stating that they may be postponing it until May or I think March.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Postpone.
Let me read this because this would be a good just pod information in general for people that might be listening that might be thinking about competing Super Cup. If you did not get the text message, it says, "Dear athletes, I hope you're all doing well. I wanted to update you regarding the Super Cup event schedule for January 19th. There is a possibility that we may need to postpone the event with a potential new date of March 8th. We are currently assessing the situation, and I'll have more concrete information to share with you next week. I'll keep you all informed as soon as final decisions are made. Thank you for understanding and your flexibility. Best regards, Leo."
Very, very disappointing, but understandable. So yeah, hang tight. Well, more news breaks. We'll post it on our socials for you guys. I'm gonna shout out somebody, just a random follower that I think deserves a shout out. Rob Labonte. Okay, thanks for buying a shirt. Oast Nation, Be a Weapon T. Okay, thanks for buying that. Hey, you're a cool dude. Follow that guy out. I think I'm gonna start shouting out random followers. Give him a shout. Follow Rob Labonte. Go to my followers. Type in Rob. He'll pop up. Click on his name. Give him a follow. It's a strong dude. I'm going to do that every once in a while. This random shout outs.
All right.
All right, guys. Catch you next week. Os.